The ancient Sumerian pantheon offers a complex tapestry of divine figures, cosmic dramas, and origin stories. Among them, the Anunnaki stand out as powerful entities, gods of fate, justice, and the underworld. In recent reinterpretations, however, they've been recast as slave traders, genetic manipulators, and dimensional overlords. This article doesn't treat those claims as historical fact, but instead examines their symbolic resonance, the Anunnaki as representations of systemic control, soul fragmentation, and the commodification of the feminine. In original Sumerian texts, the Anunnaki were described as offspring of Anu sky and Ki earth, tasked with maintaining cosmic balance. They were not portrayed as slave traders, but in the 20th century, Zechariah Sitchin's Earth Chronicles reimagined them as extraterrestrials from Nibiru beings, who came to Earth to mine gold and engineered humans to serve as laborers. Though widely dismissed by scholars, this speculative narrative introduced a potent distortion, the Anunnaki as architects of servitude and reproductive exploitation. Within these modern reinterpretations, the figure of the enslaved woman becomes central. Theories suggest that human females were genetically engineered for reproductive control, echoing themes of cloning, ritual breeding, and dimensional programming. These motifs, while speculative, resonate as symbolic expressions of energetic suppression and sovereignty theft. The portrayal of female enslavement reflects deeper patterns of reproductive commodification, soul fragmentation, and dimensional hijacking of autonomy. These symbolic patterns mirror real-world systems of patriarchal domination, systemic trauma, and metaphysical horror, viewed through a political and dimensional lens. The Anunnaki are not literal slave traders, but representations of systemic programming. Their role as overlords reflects forces that suppress, distort, and fragment. The idea of genetically engineering women becomes an allegory for reproductive sovereignty under siege. Ritual labor and servitude symbolize soul capture and energetic exploitation. In contrast, the story of Inanna's descent into the underworld offers a counter-narrative, a journey of confrontation, death, and return. Her path becomes a blueprint for reclaiming power, restoring autonomy, and confronting dimensional entanglement. This analysis is not just a critique, it's a ritual of reclamation. The Anunnaki narrative, stripped of literalism, becomes a mirror reflecting the architecture of control. By decoding these patterns, we expose the energetic scaffolding of oppression and offer tools for cleansing, discernment, and soul sovereignty. The suppressed feminine becomes the resurrected sovereign. The programmed body becomes the reclaimed vessel. The horror becomes the portal to healing. Engaging with the Anunnaki narrative means confronting the shadow of systemic entanglement, but through layered analysis, ethical discernment, and ritual reframing, distortion becomes clarity. This is not just storytelling, it's soul architecture. Let this article serve as a guide for travelers, seekers, and analysts navigating ancestral trauma and dimensional control. The Anunnaki may have once symbolized enslavement, but through sovereignty, the story is rewritten.